It's funny, I've been thinking about this for the last day. I have been perceived as this hermit for so long that when I try to step outside, the people that know me, the people that have known me, they don't see me as opinionated or introspective in that way. At least some people specifically. People that I respect and trust. They don't see me as how I'd like to be perceived. And that makes sense. When you take the role of the observer or the hermit, there there's not much to know. There's much to guess, much to wonder, much to think, but there's not much that you know about that person, the observer, the hermit. I'm more comfortable in the hermit persona because if you don't know me, if you don't get to, then there's nothing to fear. There will be no uncomfortable moments. But yesterday that proved not to be true. And it kind of shook me up. I was visiting my grandmother and we were talking about politics. And there's a generational divide. There's a generational divide. And I feel strongly about justice and humanity. And I feel strongly that we should help anyone, everyone who needs it. Especially people that are being harmed by the weapons that this country makes, you know? And she feels differently about different things for different reasons, which I will not go into her reasoning. But she, I don't know, it seemed like she didn't think that I was capable of getting heated or passionate about anything, really. Because I usually keep my temper, I keep my calm. I don't yell, I don't scream, usually. And I've usually been quite even tempered. But it's this fact that in my book, my whole point is to step out of comfortability, to step out of the comfortable and embrace something new. This something new, we may not know what it is, but it's up to us to embrace it. It's up to us to see ourselves in each other, to see ourselves in something new, to see our capability even when others can't. My book is my journey into the uncomfortable and reckoning with the ups, the downs, the emotional spins, and the emotional cycles, dealing with systems that cycle as well. Systems like racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia. Systems that oppress and distort and extort and harm people with that extortion. I'm tired of hearing and seeing blood and people's bodies decimated. I'm tired of the truth of the world. And I want it to be a new truth. I want to make a new truth. I want to have a new truth in this world. There needs to be more than this. There has to be more than this. We can't give up. We can't lay down. I think there's a big divide with what faith is and what faith can look like. I am a Christian. I'm also very spiritual. I open myself up to a world of spirituality, and I think most people should, because we don't know what else is here. We are of the earth, and things of the earth can help us. Food, water. And there's a faith in that, a knowing that the earth is here to take care of you. The earth gives back. I want my faith to be unbridled and unchanging. And I'm talking about God when I'm talking about the universe, because I believe it's the same thing. I want to examine myself in my full capacity without being scared that I have to suppress who I am legitimately. That's been a fear. Because every day I get closer and closer to finishing my book. And the more and more excited I am, but the more I'll be pushed into the unknown. I was listening to Ayana, what's her name? Ugh, I can't. I'm not gonna say I can't. Language tonight. I'll find it. But I was listening to this girl. She's a woman. And her podcast and her social media presence is so uplifting and creative and artistic and inspiring. It's weaved in with God and spirituality and all the practices that I practice and think about practicing. She Ayada Ayanda stood. That's her YouTube channel. And she's just like amazing. I'll put like picture of her here and her Instagram and her YouTube. And she's such an inspiring creative. When I'm out of this like fear mindset, I often feel we're on the same like spiritual wavelength. If she said something and I thought it, or I said it the other day and she said it on YouTube. It's a more public and more freeing energy that she has that I'm looking to have. And that in it itself, it's scary. It's like, what? What is going on? We don't know. We don't know. And I'm learning to lean into that, to have faith in that, the unknown. I despise generational divides in that way because certain people have a certain set of belief systems and they will not stray from them even to understand someone else. And I often feel that I'm either accommodating or shape-shifting to make sure that everyone's heard and listened to and aware and understood. And nobody does that for me. Nobody will jump through those hoops for me. And I don't know if it's just how I transmute energy in the way where I want people to love themselves and know themselves and feel safe and seen. And when people are over talking me or being rude, sometimes I'll just let it go. Because obviously, whatever you need to say is very important to you. So you must say it. But I don't give myself the same grace. I don't give myself the same space to do that. When someone's over talking me because they think that I'm quiet or I'm observant, or I don't have anything to say or anything to add, or I may have something to add, but I just won't. And these are my perceptions of people perceiving me, so it's a very warped understanding of reality. And that's why I do not like perceiving how people perceive me. It feels weird, it feels icky, it feels invasive. But I know, and I know, and I know, and I know this is on my journey to understanding myself better. I'm understanding how I could be seen, how I am seen. I'm understanding how I want to be seen, how I don't want to be seen, and understanding in reality, I don't have any control of any of it. And my the way that I go over and over and over in my head, spiraling about perception, the world, and faith is purely a reflection of my mind. I'm spinning all the time. I'm cycling all the time. And I want to be steady in love and grief and hope and faith. I want to be steady in something. And my book is definitely going to help me stand 10 toes down because I will not have a choice but to be steady. Because I will say a lot of things that I mean. That I mean. And people aren't going to like what I have to say, but people rarely do. My job is to stop being concerned with what other people think about what I say and do, and just be. Thank you for listening to my rants and my whirlwind of emotions and cycles. I will do a book review and a formal video essay when I want to, and I will definitely go over my first book and now my second one with you. So stay tuned. Bye.